and welcome back to Guys with Glenn. My name is Shane, and today, stick around to the end because we're going to go through all the details of like, why are these boxes sitting on this table? What's this dude doing today? Is this guy trying to sell me something? Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to help you determine which products, which electronic technology products need to go in your Airbnb. And I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just going to tell you what we use. Because when we first started Airbnb, our first one, I'm going to tell you something. We had no idea. And we really didn't have any resources outside of the interwebs called YouTube.com, which is a massive amount of information, but there's still, like if I could call somebody up and be like, hey, you've got 20 Airbnbs, man. Yeah, Bo, I got 20. What's up, man? How can I help you? Well, what technology are you using? Oh, buddy, got you, man. Come over to this house. I'll show you everything and show you how it works. It's like, dude, how awesome would that have been when you're getting started? So hopefully, if you're getting started, I'm going to be that guy on the other end of the line talking like a big old country boy telling you what kind of technology you use. Okay, let's get started. The first thing you have to do is get into the property. And the way you get into a property is by a smart lock. Okay, you can use, there are different smart locks than the one I'm about to show you. And you may decide to use something different than this, but we decided to go with the August lock because it seemed like one of the most integrated locks on the market. And also it looks cool. I like the way it looks, but that has nothing to do with the functionality of it. So when you get this August lock, basically you're going to be able to remotely access the property, and your guests are going to be able to access the property with the August app that they can download on their phone, or if you decide to use a keypad as well, they can get a keypad code. Now, Airbnb, if you can integrate Airbnb and August so that when somebody books, they automatically get a code and a message to download the app. So they can either use the automated code, and that automated code is specific to their check-in and check-out time. So if they're checking in on a Monday at your designated check-in time, say it's 3 o'clock, and checking out on a Friday at 3 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., then their code and their app access will begin and end on those dates and checkout times. Let's just open these up, unbox them, and look at what's in here so that you guys can be prepared for what you're getting. There's links in the description for all the products that we're talking about today. Those are affiliate links. So I'm going to tell you what we like about it, maybe some things that we don't like about things that we are using as well. Here is, this is just a part of the installation process. And one thing that August is really good at is their installation. You get on their app and you start their installation, and it literally walks you through baby step by baby step on how to install this thing. It's really, really good. This is the actual device. So you'll take this device, and this goes on the inside. You'll keep your deadbolt on the outside with the key, and the inside will be this. And so what this mechanism does is it turns to unlock and turns to lock. Now here's a cool piece of this. How you replace the batteries. You push this right here, and the batteries go right there. So super simple. They've really thought a lot about the design of this lock. I mean, it's like a hockey puck is what it feels like. And then you've got different connection pieces based on what type of lock you already have. And so this goes, and you'll understand more if you order this and install it. But these pieces right here are made for different locking mechanisms. This right here is really neat. This is part of the brains of the operation. This is basically what tells you when the doors open and shut. And I'll tell you why that matters in a minute, briefly. This itself is $220. The keypad is $60, and we'll get into that in a second. And sometimes you can find them on sale. I believe that right now this is on sale for like $185, and the keypad is still $60. So the amount of convenience that this gives you is pretty awesome as far as letting your guests in, but not only that, letting your cleaners in, letting your handyman in, but also holding everybody accountable. So now we have access to set up our cleaners on the app or give them a specific access code so that we can keep a log. The app keeps a log of who goes in and what time and who goes out at what time. And so you don't have to worry about handing keys off or even like somebody calling you to ask to be let in if it's somebody that is in the property very regularly. If you have any questions about how this works, put them in the comments, and we do our best to try to answer every question. Okay, all that comes in here is instructions. You can also get on the August app, and it shows you how to control or how to install this as well, but this one's really not hard at all. So here's the keypad. When a guest comes in, they're just going to enter their code, and I don't love the setup of this keypad with the numbers running like this. It just feels a little clunky, but it works, okay? And it works pretty well. So they're going to enter their code, and then they're going to press the bottom button. And then that unlocks it. And when they're ready to leave to lock it back, all they have to do is make sure that the door is securely locked and press the bottom button, and that's it. And on this one, the batteries go in the back. It's 2 AAA batteries for that. Now, these batteries for this keypad and for this lock, what I have found last about 2 months, depending on how often the lock is used. Sometimes 3. We've had them go out in a month and a half. And so what we do is we just set up our handyman on our handyman schedule of changing out air filters every 4 to 5 weeks. We just go ahead and change the batteries out. I know, batteries can get expensive, but it's better than a guest not being able to check in. Another thing that I do like about this lock is that there is no monthly fees, at least at the moment. However, we have talked about this on another episode. Their customer service is not good. It's really hard to get in touch with somebody. And so I would honestly rather pay, say, $2 a month to $5 a month for customer service and the access to the app, or maybe code prices. I know Slodge charges for every time that they send a new automated code out. And so I would not mind having that paying that if the customer service was existent. I've had to figure out everything about these on YouTube, which is not a bad idea, but there's just, there's some things that are just really hard to figure out. The integration of this with Airbnb was a little bit difficult. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Ring camera systems. So on our very first property, we put a Ring doorbell and one of these Ring cameras. And what we've kind of figured out from here on out is that we don't do the doorbells anymore, because honestly, first thing is when you have 4, 5, 8, 10, 12, 20 cameras up at different properties, you're turning the notifications off, or you'll get a notification about every 3 seconds, honestly. So what people were doing was just going up, ringing the doorbell instead of just putting their code in and going in. And so we only put these exterior cameras up, and we usually put at least 2 at every property. One that's facing towards the front door, somewhere near the front door where you can see where somebody's walking up. If you can catch the driveway coming up and the front door, that's great too. Which that is kind of what the Ring doorbell cameras are good for, because it catches all of that. And then one in the backyard. And if there's spots of areas that are being missed on camera that we feel like we need to hit, we'll put 3. But these are great for accountability. We've used our Ring cameras to file Airbnb claims, specifically too many guests checking into the property, having parties, moving furniture outside and furniture getting wet or rained on, just weird stuff. And so we've been able to bringing dogs. We do allow pets at our Airbnbs, but they have to be approved. And so we have caught several people bringing dogs in through our outdoor cameras. Now, we're not watching them as they check in and out and what they're doing all day. Ain't nobody got time for that. But when we see signs of specifically a pet and a pet was not approved and a pet deposit was not made, then we go back. and we look at the cameras. Was there a pet going in and out? Now we have a claim. Now we have proof. Airbnb, if you file a claim, they're going to want proof. Just a side note, don't file a claim first. Ask the people to pay the pet deposit. Or if there was like a bunch of hair, tell them, hey, it was like $200 to clean this thing. Our normal pet fee is like $85, but this is crazy. And if they volunteer to pay it, great. You do not have to go through Aircover. But if they say, nope, I didn't have a pet, and you say, okay, then you just file it with Airbnb. You have the proof for the camera. And you also have the proof through the August app about people going in and out and at what times. So you can see we've had to verify with one of our cleaners at one point way back. We had to verify something that happened when she went in and out of the property, and it was really good to have that timestamp on the August app and also be able to coordinate with the Ring. This camera is $99. This is a battery-powered camera, so you do have to charge them. And they do last for, it'll last for about a month, but we just have our cleaners, our turnover service, take them down and charge the batteries while they're there each time they're cleaning, and we've never had an issue with a camera running out of battery. The only issue that we've ever had with a camera running out of battery is because they weren't charged like they were supposed to. So let's open this up, and also we'll talk about the monthly fees. Here's how you mount it right here, and you can take this piece off and put it on the back side so that you can mount it on a wall like that. Now, I guess that you can mount it like this on the soffit of your house, but you also have to think about, you have to change the batteries out in this thing. And the battery is you twist the top there and the battery pops out there. So you got to be able to get that out somehow. You got to be able to get this thing down. So you want to put it, you really have to put it in a place to where, and that just lines up like that. You push it in and twist it. You really want to put it in a place that you can actually get to it pretty easy. You may ask, well, if you can get to it pretty easy, why wouldn't somebody just steal it? I've literally asked myself that same question. Here's the thing is that if you're paying for the service, the monthly fee, it'll record who steals it. So I guess if somebody wants it, they're going to get it. To mount it, this is super, super simple. You just screw that plate into where you're going to mount it, and then it pops on there and slides on like that. Really easy. Oh, let's talk about wired versus battery. So these are battery. We do use battery. Now, obviously, if you have wired cameras and you don't have to worry about charging batteries, that's great. It does come with a charger here. They do sell these in a wired form. I did see that the wired form seems to be an indoor camera that looks just like this, and it's $60. This one's $100. The link's in the description for this as well. But the other ones I saw wired are, anywhere from $60 to $180. So it just really depends on what you want. The setup process on this is pretty simple. Ring walks you through it. I say it's pretty simple. There's a lot of options that they offer you as far as the settings and stuff. I try to, kind of hone in the settings on what we need, but there's a lot of options. You could dive in and spend 2 hours in the app just setting stuff up. Normally takes, once the camera is actually charged, it normally takes me about 20 minutes to get it set up and then hung in the right spot. Monthly prices on this are very affordable. It is $3.99 per camera, or I believe you can pay for the whole year, $30. And if you have multiple cameras, there's another option to do $10 a month. So it makes sense that if you have 3 cameras on one property to do the $10 a month, or if you have 5, 6, you can have a bunch of cameras on one property and still pay $10 a month. So if you have 6 properties on one camera, you pay $10 a month, or you can pay for the whole year. I think it's like $100. And you get an extended warranty with that. With the $3.99 and the $10 a month package, you get recording capabilities. You really need that. If you're not going to pay for the service plan, don't even get the cameras, because at some point your free month of the service plan will run out, and then you'll have an issue and you're not going to be able to prove it. So what was the point in having the cameras? If you don't pay the service plan, you basically just get live viewing, and that's it. This is the quick set lock for the closet cleaner door. This is the one that we use. And this cost, depending on when you're looking, somewhere between $56 and $75. There's a link in our description for this as well. Again, those are Amazon links. We do get paid a little bit from that. Helps support the channel. Let me tell you Mike can eat Whataburger once a month if we sell a few things. So this is what we put on the cleaning closet. And so you just got to have some security on the cleaning closet, because we still have 2 properties out of our 8 doors that we do not have locks on the cleaning closet. It's not a door that really you could put a lock on, honestly. And we regularly lose an entire roll of paper towels or an entire case of toilet paper. It happens about once a month. So we're going to get a lock on there, by the way. But you just want to create some separation from your guest and from what you store at your property to maintain the cleaning turnover service at that property. So this is a way to do that. Now, this is not the only way to do that. I'm going to tell you why we use this actual deadbolt instead of just like a punch pad keypad doorknob. Okay, does that make sense? Let's jump in. Let's open this up. And this one's not that, like, as far as cool stuff goes, you got that, the outdoor lock, you got that, and you got, the Ring cameras. That's cool technology. This is like mom and dad's technology. And mom and dad now are millennial. Isn't that crazy? The millennials this is like mom and dad's technology, which is millennials. This just comes, all the stuff you need comes in here. Okay, I'm not going to get it all out. But the installation process on this thing is kind of heavy. You really need to but you really need to walk through it to understand, because you have to set, there's two codes that you really need to set. One is your master code, which allows you to change your codes for entry, and one is your entry codes. So you can put 8 or 10 different entry codes in here. So this is an actual deadbolt. So just know that if you're installing this on a closet door, you're going to have to do some extra work. You're going to have to put a fake knob on the door as well, or some kind of handle to open it up, because this is going to go where your door lock actually was, where your door handle actually was. Also know that you're going to have a drill with a 1-inch, I think it's a 1-inch circle bit, to drill out where the locking mechanism goes into the wall, because it's not going to be long enough for that locking mechanism to go all the way in. It's going to try to lock, and then it's going to stop right there because the hole in the wall is not big enough. So you're going to have that. And you're going to have to make, those few little modifications. Now, you can just go with the open and close handle keypad that doesn't have a deadbolt on it. We decided just to do the little bit of extra work, because you can jimmy shimmy through those and get those unlocked if you have a credit card. This you can't. So you may have, all your extra towels, your linens, your soaps, your toilet paper, your shampoos, conditioners, maybe your gift basket stuff. Like there may be $400 or $500 worth of stuff in there. If you want to secure it where they can't get in there without breaking the whole door down, put one of these on it. This is the Ecobee 3 Lite. It is a smart thermostat. If you know what a Nest is, it's the same thing, just a different company. And I'm sure the technology is different. But one thing that's really cool about this, like if you're buying technology for your home, this is a cool boxing experience. Like these guys took notes from Apple. Look at the embossed little bumblebee. Bzzz. That's the actual thermostat itself. The components are here. And I don't know if instructions are in here or not. I don't install these things. I have a handyman or electrical guy or HVAC guy put these in. So that is Ecobee 3 Lite. Now, what's cool about this is that you can, once you connect this to Wi-Fi, you can access it from anywhere. And you say, well, why would I want to access that from anywhere? Well, I'll give you a few examples. Once you set your temperature thresholds Basically, hey, I don't want them to be able to lower the air below 68, but I don't want it to get hotter than 74 in the properties. So you can set those. Or in the winter, you can set the heat tolerances. Basically, you set it to save money. Or if you don't have a guest for a week and you don't have time to get to the house, bump that thing up to 80 so you're not just burning down the electric bills. Another thing you can do is we had an issue last week where we had something happen. And if we would have been paying attention, we would have seen on Monday that the Ecobee, and I think you can set notifications, the Ecobee was at 82 degrees during the day. Well, what happened? Something must be wrong. We didn't see it, and it cost us a lot of money. We had to have an AC guy come out and fix it on a Saturday, which cost an extra $150 over the regular price. So that's one thing that you can do with that. Really super neat. You can put these on every property, and you can control them from one login, one app, controlling every property. It's also the same with the August lock. You can control the August lock all from one login, which is awesome. It just shows up on your houses, and you click the one you want, and then open or close. You can set the codes manually in there. We can go in more details on how these things actually work. If you want to know more, put some stuff in the comments. So this is in the description as well. Click that link so my kids can get some Chick-fil-A. That's it as far as that goes. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you joining us. Remember, love God, love others, and let your work reflect that. We'll catch you on the next one.